Now, Yaga Africa, in collaboration with persons with disability community, have voted the FCT Area Council election with shortcomings and infractions. They say the election was marred by late deployment of election materials, poor distribution of persons with disability assistive materials, uneven allocation of voters to polling units, and malfunctioning of the bimodal voter accreditation system device. Now, this was made known during the post-election press conference, which held in Abuja. KAFTAN correspondent Mavis Akko brings us more.
Following the update of the electoral process in the FCT election, which held on the 12th of February 2022, Yaga Africa and the community of persons living with disability, through their findings, have expressed dissatisfaction over the electoral process from the opening and setup of the polling units, accreditation, voting, announcement and posting of the official results at the polling unit, and the result correlation process at the 6 area councils' result correlation centers. The findings of Yaga Africa includes the technological glitches with the bimodal voters accreditation system, BVAS, voters disenfranchisement, amongst others.
On Saturday, the area council election was fraught with shortcomings and infractions, which include the late deployment of election materials, poor distribution of PW assistive materials, uneven allocation of voters to polling units, and malfunctioning of the bimodal voter accreditation system. Yaga Africa considers this challenge a rollback in the quality of election day administration. We observe that the BVAS machine was deployed across all polling units. However, the usage of the BVAS was fraught with challenges, ranging from wrong configuration of the BVAS to respective polling units, the BVAS failing to accredit voters, delays in the RATEC response to BVAS complaints in polling units, as well as delays in authenticating voters within the processing time.
Also, the finding of the persons living with disability community include inaccessible to polling units and polling unit materials for PWs.
In terms of access, it was almost near to zero, because we saw that polling units were presented over and across gutters. And some of them that they try to present what looks like access would have taken a long time for any persons with disability. Incidentally, Grace, who is on a wheelchair, could not access most of those polling units. We still observed that there were issues with the Braille. In fact, what they presented was laughable, sincerely, because that was not the Braille we know of and we expected them to present.
We observed that the Braille ballot guide was designed in a way that was impossible for blind voters to use effectively. We observed that while the ballot boxes was placed on flat surfaces for easy reach in most polling units, the height of the placement of in the other PUs was not suitable for voters with disabilities, especially those who use the wheelchair and those who use the roller blades. The Form EC40H was not available to collect data of voters with disabilities who voted on election day. At most polling units, the INEC Form EC30 EPWDs.
However, INEC was charged to conduct a proper audit of the BVAS machine, as it was stated that the issues surrounding the BVAS can be resolved.
The Electoral Commission owes Nigerians and citizens that responsibility to ensure that it goes back to the books and conducts a proper audit of this device and ensures their proper functionality before Ekiti and Osun. Resources have already been invested in procuring these devices. it would not make sense that so much money that have been spent that we do not see value for monies that have been invested in procuring these devices. So INEC has that responsibility in the next couple of months to go back and ensure these machines function properly. And beyond that, for the things observed or for the observations in these elections, for where those issues were due to the religion of staff or a fault of a team, there should be proper investigation to ensure that there are sanctions if people defaulted in their responsibilities in ensuring these machines work.
Stakeholders thereafter, condemning intimidation and vote buying, calls on President Muhammadu Buhari to, without further delay, give assent to the Electoral Act Amendment Bill 2022. They also called on INEC to timely upload polling unit results on the online portal so as to boost public trust and confidence in election results. From Abuja, Mavis Ako, KAFTAN TV News.